On June 1st, 2017, Texas Governor Greg Abbott signed a bill to eliminate the straight ticket vote in Texas. You know, the straight ticket vote? The straight ticket vote. The straight ticket vote, or one-punch voting, allows people to vote for every single candidate affiliated with a single political party with one punch, rather than going down the ballot and voting for each candidate individually. With straight ticket voting, boom, one box, and you're done. Seems convenient, the Costco of voting, but not everyone's a fan. In 2017, politicians pushed a bill to eliminate the straight party vote statewide. The move sharply divided the Texas legislature, sorta, kinda, along party lines. One of the bill's 16 sponsors was a Democrat. The other 15 were Republican. But make no mistake, members of both parties have tried to get rid of the straight party ticket at various times, and those attempts didn't go anywhere. They didn't really have the support of either party. So it's not politics as usual. It's not just a case of Democrats versus Republicans. Finally. So what's going on? Who wins or loses if the straight party vote is eliminated? As of early 2018, some states offered the option of straight party voting. And in those states, straight party voting was pretty popular. For example, here in Texas, almost 64% of voters in the 10 most populous counties used straight party voting during the 2016 presidential election. But if voters like it so much, why is it so uncommon? And why do people want it gone? Well, it turns out some groups of voters might use straight party voting more than others. Take a look at the data from the 10 most populous counties in Texas. Between 2004 and 2016, broadly speaking, straight party votes in those counties got more Democratic and less Republican. But how did the straight ticket option change those elections? And who benefits from it the most? We asked Ross Ramsey, executive editor and co-founder of the Texas Tribune.
Who's for straight party voting depends on who's in power. State to state or time to time, if one party or the other is in power and most voters are favorably inclined toward that party's going to like straight ticket voting. The other party's going to hate straight ticket voting.
That makes sense. Straight party voting usually benefits the majority party in a district. Voters are less likely to vote for individual candidates across party lines, so it perpetuates the status quo. It also means that a strong candidate appearing at the top of a ballot can give a major boost to the other candidates from the same party. Of course, that sort of thing can cut both ways.
On the other hand, if you're weak at the top of the ballot, you can knock your candidates out. So if you're in a Republican state, but you're in a blue county, a straight party ticket might knock out your Democratic judges because everybody's voting for the Republicans at the top of the ticket. It turns races into all or nothing situations.
A lot of people think that's exactly what happened in Harris County in 2016. Democrats didn't just win, they won every major race in the county, as well as all 24 judicial seats. And it's not like everyone who lives there is a hardcore Democrat. It's historically a swing county.
The Democrats were in an election where they were winning in Harris County, the biggest county in the state of Texas, while they were losing most of the statewide elections. But because people in Harris County voted a straight party ticket and it was blue, the Republican judges in Harris County had a really bad day.
And that's a big deal for Texas Republicans, despite their majority status in the state. Harris is a big county, and it's not the only one that's been trending towards the Democrats.
The Texas Republicans in the State House voted against straight party voting because the biggest counties in Texas at this moment are turning blue. And in a red state, you want straight party tickets as long as you've got red in a statewide election and in your local elections. But in Dallas and Harris counties, the two biggest counties in Texas, Democratic voters started to overwhelm Republican voters. So judges, courthouses were clearing out and turning blue.
This is important. There's nothing about the straight ticket that inherently benefits one party over another. Texas Republicans' opposition to the straight party vote depends on a particular set of circumstances.
And right now, for Republicans in Texas, the straight party ticket law is an impediment to the kinds of wins that they want. And they're in a majority, so they can get rid of it. If the Democrats suddenly took the majority, they might say, you know, it's time to get that straight party ticket stuff back.
Ah, politics. So what are the actual arguments for eliminating the straight ticket option? You know, for democracy and stuff.
There are always some lemons on the ticket. You know, if I'm voting for a particular party and I vote for all 20 candidates, not all 20 are the same quality candidate, and there might be a stinker in there somewhere.
Most voters aren't going to read up on every candidate. It's just easier for voters to cast a single straight ticket vote. If you're part of the winning party, you're in, even if you're wildly unqualified. Okay, that seems to make sense. But then, what are the arguments for keeping the straight ticket?
The advocates for straight party voting say that, you know, there's really no way to know enough about all of the candidates on a long ballot. If they know what party you're in, they can at least say, well, at least we share an ideology. And so they can vote the flag instead of the individual.
Sometimes, when people are confronted with a super long ballot, they just fill out the top part and leave the rest blank. Come on.
So they'll vote the big marquee races, the governor's race, the race for U.S. Senate, that one race locally that's really got everybody excited, and then they'll just peel off and not vote. Straight ticket voting, one of the arguments goes, is a way to get as many of the voters as possible to vote all the way down the ticket.
Regardless of where you stand on straight party voting, asking whether the straight ticket is good or bad for your party, that's not the same as asking whether the straight ticket is good or bad for Texas voters.